Now it's time for Focus, and today our team is following a new migrant route into Europe. People smugglers have had to adapt after traditional routes via the Balkans or via Libya have been blocked by tighter border controls and by foreign policy decisions across the EU. The new route takes migrants from the Egyptian coast, where many Syrians have temporarily sought refuge. Our team is in Cairo and in Alexandria, and they've been following that journey.
Today, Mahmoud and Fares are going to meet their friend Sharif. The three live together with their families in small apartments on the outskirts of Alexandria, the largest port city in northern Egypt. This is where Syrians travelling to Europe gather. Mahmoud fled Aleppo in Syria in late 2013 with his wife and 4-year-old daughter. Since his arrival in Egypt, they have made several attempts to illegally cross to Europe without success.
I'll try again soon. The living conditions are too harsh here. It's time to leave for a better life. I cannot find work and I have to get my daughter to school to get a good education. This is not possible in Egypt.
Since the recent closure of the Aegean Sea and Balkans routes, following an agreement between the EU and Turkey, there is a new influx of refugees to Egypt, most of them Syrians. And in Alexandria, like in Cairo, it has never been easier to prepare a trip to Europe. Facebook, WhatsApp, Telegram, the smugglers are using the latest technology of today, including social media. When we asked one of them if the voyage was risky, this is what he answered.
Your life's in safe hands, of course. The boat will be big and strong, not overloaded. And believe me, it'll work. The ship will wait 2 or 3 kilometers offshore. In fact, you won't take it immediately. You'll first take a small boat that'll take you to the bigger one. Then it'll take you 4 days to reach Europe.
According to the UN High Commissioner for Refugees, since the beginning of the year, more than 3,000 migrants have died at sea, compared to 3,700 in the whole of 2015. The international organisation is expecting 2016 to be the deadliest year yet. In the UNHCR offices in Cairo, TARIK receives refugees who have come to be registered.
They've been registered here since 2013, and they just went to renew their documents.
Despite these provisions, the number of people wanting to leave keeps growing. Conditions in Egypt are often difficult for these refugees, especially since they are not officially allowed to work.
It's true that we have testimonials from people who plan to go to Europe or to another country to have access maybe to a better education for their children or to get a decent job.
It's a tempting idea for Mohamed, who was left looking after his 5 sisters and his mother after his father disappeared in Syria.
If I could find a better place, of course I would go there. I would not refuse to go. We've already been to 3 countries. Everyone is searching for a better place, despite the fact that the Egyptians have been very welcoming.
Welcoming and integrating the migrants is the goal of this small organisation, which offers professional training for refugees. Although migrants are not officially allowed to work, the authorities turn a blind eye to these small jobs, allowing them to keep their livelihoods. One of the leaders of the programme comes to visit Abdallah, a young Syrian refugee who has just finished training.
Abdallah was trained to repair mobile phones at our last session. Integrating refugees is one of the most important points of our project, and he's the best example. He works in an Egyptian shop and he's Syrian.
If I had not undergone this training, I could not have found work. This training is really of great help because otherwise finding work is very complicated.
At night, in his small flat in the outskirts of Cairo, Abdallah is back with his brothers. Despite successfully integrating into Egypt, all 3 of them dream of a different future. Like their eldest sibling, who left illegally and who now lives in Denmark.
When we see life in Denmark, we all want to see Europe, see how people live, how they work, especially now that there is a large number of Syrians there.
Since the beginning of the year, over 1,000 illegal immigrants have arrived in Italy on ships which left from Egypt. With the war in Libya, the Balkans crossing closed, refugees have started a new route from Egypt, even if it is one of the most dangerous.